Hello and welcome, or welcome back to Spectral Readings. My name is Cameron and this is going to be a reading for the sign of Virgo. If you're new, please remember to subscribe, and all of you please like and comment because it helps the channel. The information from the specials that I'm running until December 1st are in the description box below if you're interested in that. But anyway, Virgo, I hope you like me reading at this table. You can see all of the cards, which I think is cool. And I got a Christmas tree. There's something special about bringing an evergreen tree indoors in around the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. Gives you strength and vitality, which is pretty cool. Prosperity and protection in the shortest days of the year. Six of Wands, Virgo. Ah, thank goodness. Virgo, it looks like you're achieving something. Here I am. That's kind of what you're saying. Bringing something to light. You've solved a problem. Yup, you've solved a problem. You've had an aha moment. Or you will soon. This could also be people coming in to cheer you on as well. Like if you've been doing something alone for a while and you're kind of like running out of steam, some people might come in and encourage you. Virgo. Some sort of a completion. The Tower. Cool. Yes, you're finally overcoming something. Ooh, and I can see that you've had it built up and you're frustrated, or you've been a little bit frustrated by it. It took decisive action, possibly some hard nights, some long nights, making something change. Ace of Swords. Speaking your mind, speaking your truth, and letting go. There's a huge energy of letting go here, because in order to have this accomplishment, you need to let go of anything that was in the way. You might have been working on like some personal development here as well, because there might have been parts of yourself that were frustrating to you. Like, oh, why can't I just like do this a little bit differently, you know? Becoming aware. High Priestess. You're walking your path. You're walking your path. Going from one life into another. It's like, this is what I do. You know, I can make changes for myself. When you do complete something, it's not the end. You have a life after. There's a message I channeled for you earlier today, actually, which I'm just remembering, is you might be focusing on making something happen in one specific moment in time, one specific goal, and it might be clouding your intuition to where you're not thinking ahead anymore because you're so focused on one thing. But just know that there is a great big future for you out there, and it's going to be okay. You know, something's going to happen and you're going to get through it. So set your intentions a little bit further. It's like in driving school, they tell you steer ahead. You know, don't be making so many small changes to your steering like you're trying to steer 2 feet in front of you. Look out. Look out, and then everything else will kind of just seem to like happen for you. 10 of Wands here. It's a bit of a burden. And what I see is you're like waiting for this moment of completion. Tell me more about this 10 of Wands. Oh, too many. Four of Cups. Needing to make a decision here, but you don't have, just like I was saying earlier, you don't have people to bounce things off of. And it's giving you indecision. Of course, it would be great if we all could always just like make blind decisions and choices. But it's not always so easy. That's so cool. The clock is chiming 4 right now, and this is the 4 of Cups. In order to see your way out of this, here's the 3 of Pentacles next. Putting yourself out there so that you may be rewarded. If you're stuck and you're like, oh, nobody's around, nobody can see me, blah, 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 Put yourself out there. You know, don't let that make you like a Four of Pentacles where you're holding on to something too tightly. You have to be in the flow of things. You're holding the weight of the world on your shoulders, but you need to step out. Let the weight of the world, you know, disperse. And when you do let go, people will notice that and people will reward you. Things will start to happen for you, is what I'm trying to say. Because you're up against this tower. What else is this about Virgo? I'm hearing like holding it together. Holding it together. Some of you might be like slipping into old habits or like bad habits or something like that, but no. Holding it together. Yeah, the Chariot. The Chariot is the holding it together card. It's as above, so below. It's reining yourself in. In this deck specifically, it speaks mostly of reining in your dark side to go with your light side. You know, you have to drive the Chariot forward. You can't let your horses go and just sit in this Chariot, right? Holding yourself together. Knight of Swords as well has duality in this deck, and it's going forth decisively. And there's a great energy here of having to be decisive, especially with this Eight of Swords being the third card out, Ace of Swords being the third card out, with the Tower here. It's this decisiveness that allows you to move out of this weight of the world on your shoulders and to be rewarded and acclaimed. Seven of Wands here. Now, to me this says, it's not just going to be easy. You have to show up and you have to work. Yep, keep going. And also this is going to be some internal struggle here with this next to the Chariot. It's going to be an internal struggle where you're fighting yourself to emerge. Keep it together. What else? Something about computers? Something about computers. It's like modernizing, doing something efficiently. You might have a cluttered desktop. Your computer might be bogged down or slow. There's something about that where your hard drive is full. Something about that. And it's limiting your ability to work. It's like you're uncomfortable. Maybe you're uncomfortable at your desk or in your office desk or something like that. You wish you could do something, but you don't have the space. Something about that. The Hermit and Two of Pentacles. The Hermit is you, of course, but it's saying you have spent long enough in the dark and you know how to go into the light. You know how to bring something to fruition. You do. You've spent enough time alone, you've spent enough time down, and now you can move forward. Two of Pentacles is what I was just telling you, though, about. It's you need to work. You need to hold yourself together and work. You don't need to go back into the dark because you've spent enough time there. You've had enough of that. And now you need to do the work. Do the work, do the work, do the work. What's this? If you're in a situation where you're surrounded by people who are not agreeing with you, or giving you bad ideas, you know, or just like indirectly talking about you, talking out loud about something that they know is directed at you, but they're being ambiguous, walk away. Don't even engage with them. Walk away. I'm seeing this person just walk away. Oracle advice for Virgo. Some of you might be doing home repairs. That's interesting. I'm seeing somebody like... I don't want to say exactly painting. What the heck? It's like finishing off drywall and then painting. There's an unfinished space of your home. And it's weighing you down more than you realize. That's for somebody. So do it, you know. Or just, you know, if it's being done, when it's done, It'll be good. Look at this. Clean it up in reverse. Yeah, there's something like that. Something just like that. I'm actually going to read this to you, because I haven't read the Oracle in a while. And of course we're best friends, so the Oracle and I. Is it possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now? Trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens. But what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. Yeah, especially with this 10 of Wands here. Now my intuitive message still, I think there's something off and unfinished in your house that's keeping you away. Clean it up. But if you feel the need to help everybody before you help yourself, if you have a relationship where you're walking on ice, thin ice, because you're trying to help somebody and you're trying not to hurt them, trying not to rock the boat too much, if you're spending too much of your time doing that, just walk away. You don't have to, like, if you're in a room with people and they disagree with you and you're like, oh dear, they're so mistaken, you know? You don't have to change their worlds. You just have to focus on yours. You clearly have enough going on and you don't need to take on other people's problems at this time, okay? Yeah, they really want me to stress that to you. You could so easily be distracted. You need to keep it together. It's like when you get to a moment like this, when you get to a moment where you can take decisive action and, move forward, it's like people just take that energy away from you. You get distracted. Romance Angels deck. Ooh. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together now. What I see for this is how I was saying you might be caught up on something now, but you're not thinking about later. For you to have success here and pull yourself in together, don't just be thinking about the next battle. Think about the end result. If you're thinking about the next battle, you're just going to be a soldier. You don't just want to be a soldier. You want to have this victory, and then you want to be whoever you will be once you've attained this. Meditate on it. Think about who you will be when you've accomplished these things, and just sit in that energy. Think about the things that will be on your walls. Think about where you will be. Think about the relationships that you will have. Think about what it'll be like, in your everyday life, and just meditate on that. You have to call it in. You're calling it in here. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together, you and your future self. Now, if this has to do with the soulmate and this in your specific life journey is when you meet somebody, just be open. But I see this having to do with your prosperity. We'll do a Kipper message. I see you working on something that makes you prosperous here with the Two of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles. If you are a meditating person and you are familiar with the energies of silver and gold, just imagine them in your hands, or if you have silver and gold, put them in your hands, doesn't matter like what kind of silver or gold, and just be with that energy. You can enrich yourself in more ways than just earning money. Having that energy with you is incredible. Oh dear. Bad health. Virgo, you need to take care of yourself. For sure. You need to nourish yourself. There's something to do with vitamin C here. If you're like, oh my gosh, what can I do? Acerola powder. Acerola, A-C-E-R-O-L-A. I think that's exactly how it's spelled. Powder. It has vitamin C in it, like 800 something %, and it's fruit. It's awesome. That's the best way to take vitamin C. And if somebody is in your family that is sick, that could be a possibility. Let me just see for a moment. Here you are advising somebody, and trying to care for somebody. It could be bad for your health too if it's just toxic people you're dealing with. But take care of your health, for sure. Because if you're just charging forward, and like this clean it up card said, you have to take care of yourself. Seriously, really take care of yourself. Drink tons of water. Tons of water, vitamin C. What else is there? Clean your spiritual self. What I'm seeing is taking salt baths. Do that. Yoga. Yep. You have to step off the front lines sometimes, at least part of your day, and nourish yourself with the things that I just said. Is there anything else? There's something to do with a light. If you're in the northern hemisphere and there's not too much light right now, and you have one of those like seasonal depression light box things, I'm seeing that. There's something to do with that will help you. But if not, try to spend time in the sun, at least a little bit. Be with the sun. And then what else? Oh, drink lots of tea. That will help you. Coffee might be a little too much for you. See if you can do tea. But those are all of the messages. Thank you for joining me. Information in the description box below with my specials. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate every single one of you. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you next time.